Chapter 2. Him? It's been 2 months since my parents' accident. My Aunt Angel, Dad's sister, moved in the week after the accident. Apparently, in the will, it states that she is to move in and care for the house and myself, though it is my house, until I am 21. I couldn't argue with my parents' wishes. I didn't really know Aunt Angel. She lived clear on the other side of the continent in Ireland. She never visited much, and my parents were out of town on business too much for us to visit her. When I met her at the airport, I couldn't believe that this was my aunt. She was dressed in a black dress that hung to her ankles. Her shoes were black, and she was carrying a black bag. Her long red hair hung past her waist, with black streaks dyed in, and her emerald green eyes held a certain mystery about them. She wore a shark's tooth necklace, black. Once we got home, she let me have my space. 2 months passed, and we hardly talked. My dad always said that she was a weird one. She was quiet, but if you needed someone to talk to, she was the best person to turn to. Obviously, because she never talked, she was always burning candles, and sometimes I would walk by her bedroom and hear her chanting. I couldn't make out what she said, though. I think it was in a different language, though sometimes I understood it as Gaelic. I would often find things in my bedroom, too. The first thing I found was a crystal in my bag. Then I started noticing other things, like a black feather taped to my headboard. One time I even found dirt in front of my door with small crystals lining the windowsills. I could not help but wonder if it was voodoo. For the most part, I just ignored her, not really having anything to say. I didn't care to know her, and she looked so much like my father that it pained me to even look at her. I kept myself locked in my room, and Jameson was getting worried. He would bring me supper each night, hoping that it would be the night I would talk again. I just had nothing to say. I never went back to school either. Jameson somehow got the school to agree to me finishing my exams at home, and I would do home study until graduation day. I didn't care. The only thing I would be missing was Jared, my best friend since elementary school, but I did not want to talk to him either. Pushing everyone away was becoming a habit. Not today, though. Today was the day life would start again. 2 months of mourning was long enough. I had worried the people that cared about me too long, and it was time to get out of bed. Nice and hot, the steam from the shower aroused my senses once again. Just what I needed. A day with a purpose. After my shower, I called Jared, who was all too eager to come over. It seemed like we had just hung up and he was there. "Honey, you can't ever do that to me again. I was so worried about you." Jared walked through my doorway, swaggering his hips with one hand on his waist. His black-framed glasses rested on his nose, covering brown eyes. His hair was brown with short blonde spikes across the top, and a fluffy purple scarf was wrapped around his neck. "I am sorry, Jared. I just needed time to myself. Hun, I understand, but you should never shut out those who love you." He flung his arms around me, squeezing. "I promise I won't do it again," I squeaked out. "Too tight, Jared." He loosened his grip. "Oh, sorry, hun. I just missed you so much." He held my shoulders while staring at me, looking me up and down. "You know I love you, right?" He kissed the air next to one cheek and then the other. "Yes, Jared?" "I know." I kissed his cheek. "How are you, hun?" "Really? Are you okay?" "I feel better now." "I'm good, really. Now fill me in on what has been going on." "Oh, girl! You are not going to believe it." Jared slapped the air with one hand. He was the gossip king at school, and since he was gay, like you did not know that, he gets the gossip from both the guys and the girls. Everyone loves Jared. Bridget Moore is now single. That beast she was dating finally got caught cheating on her. You know I never liked him. Anyways, she is now dating Travis Johnson. That is right, girl. They are now dating, Bridget and Travis. Wow. A lot has happened. I feel so out of the loop. I looked at my lap. Ah! Don't worry, hun. I will have you caught up in no time. Jared chuckled as he jabbered on about all the gossip at school. He was right. I was caught up in no time. Your favorite band's playing tonight. You want to go? Jared asked with pleading eyes. Oh, yeah? Where are they playing? Down at Club Indigo. We should go. It will be fun. Not to mention, it will get you out of this stinky old room. You should really open the windows and let some fresh air in here, honey. I chuckled, walking to the window and opened it. It was cloudy out, though not raining. Another one? A blue crystal, no doubt left by my mysterious aunt, sat in the corner of the window. Shaking my head, I left it where it was. Maybe if I quit moving them, she would quit replacing them. Sounds like a plan for tonight. What time should I meet you there? How about 7? That will give me time to do some shopping for tonight. Thinking a new outfit is in the near future. You want to go, hun? No shopping for me. You have fun. I will meet you at 7. Great, Kiera. See you tonight, then. I will have a surprise for you. I best be going, so I have time to shop. He gave me another squeeze before bouncing out the door full of excitement for shopping. Tonight will be so much fun. Trust me, I watched Jared get in his car from my bedroom window, then decided on a nap. Jared's energy was enough to wear anyone out. The parking lot was full, and I didn't think I was ever going to find a spot. Driving in circles, I suddenly got this weird feeling, the hairs standing up on my neck and arms, and a shiver rippled through my body. Looking in the rearview mirror, I saw nothing. I kept looking around the parking lot. A car pulling out left me forgetting about the feeling, excited to have found a parking space. Only 5 minutes late after all that circling. Jared would be happy I wasn't too late. I jumped out of the Jeep and started towards Club Indigo. Walking at a fast pace, that strange feeling washed over me again. I stopped dead in my tracks, hair coming to attention once again on my neck and arms, and looked around. I got the strongest inclination I wasn't alone. Like someone was watching me. I startled at the sound of a girl laughing as she and her boyfriend walked toward the club arm in arm. You are losing your mind, Kiera. I continued walking to go meet Jared, giving one last look around before entering the club. Everywhere were posters and stickers for my favorite band, Shot in the Dark 357. Not having been out to see them in so long, I felt my heart speed up with excitement. It was good to be out. I spotted Jared at a table by the bar. Even though it was 20 and underneath, they kept the bar open for the occasional legal age patron. Everyone that was underage wore indigo bracelets, legal agers got stamped on the hand. Jared was talking with some guy I did not know. He must have had a blast shopping as I looked over his new clothes. Dressed in khaki pants, a yellow button-down shirt, and the frames to his glasses matching the shirt, Elton John was the thought that could not be kept from coming. Jared started waving high over his head when he spotted me. I walked over to where he was standing, and he grabbed my arms and kissed the air on either side of my cheek. Hi, hun. I have a surprise for you. He reached for a bag that was on the stool behind him. Oh, Jared, you didn't have to get me anything. Yes, I did. I know how you hate shopping, and I am tired of that old baby fat hoodie you keep wearing. It is out of style, honey. He handed me the bag. I peered into the bag, my eyes growing wide when I saw its contents. I pulled my new zip-up sweatshirt out of the bag. It was black, with Shot in the Dark 357 going across the front in neon green. You had to zip it up to make it a whole name. On the back was a picture of my favorite band member, Buddha, the drummer. I love it, I screeched. I knew you would. Now throw that baby fat one in the trash, girl. It is so 2008. He reached to pull it off of me. Right now, I whined. Right now, hun. Right now. I insist. He slid it down my arms. I pouted as I watched Jared literally throw my other sweatshirt into the garbage can at the end of the bar. Then he helped me into my Buddha sweat jacket. See? And it fits you like it is supposed to, not hanging to your knees like that old ratty thing you had on. Doesn't it look much better, Russell? Jared looked to the guy standing beside him. Russell was a good foot taller than Jared. He had blonde hair, a mustache, blue eyes, and stylish attire, with his light denim jeans, well-fitting tee, that outlined the contour of his chest, and he was very nice looking. More like hot. He smiled at me. Oh, honey, I almost forgot. This is my boyfriend, Russell. Your other surprise. Jared piped in. I was stunned. Boyfriend? Jared has a boyfriend? I really was out of the loop. I can't believe he has a boyfriend. A hot boyfriend, too. I blew out a breath, getting my thoughts in order. Hi. Nice to meet you. He reached for my hand. Nice to meet you, too. Jared has told me so much about you. His voice was husky, with a bit of a twang to it. I am sorry to say, he has told me nothing about you, giving Jared a look. I wanted to tell you, honey, but you have been so down. I thought it might be a nice surprise tonight, since you are always on me about finding a good man. You are surprised, right? He looked at me with puppy dog eyes. I am surprised. Well, I am happy to meet you. About time Jared finds someone nice. I smiled, letting it reach my eyes to show my sincerity. Russell smiled back. Jared flung his arms around me. I love you, Kiara. You are the bestest. Then whispering into my ear, you like him, right? Is not he gorgeous? Yes. I like him, and he is gorgeous. Of course I love you too, Jared. What if I wouldn't have come tonight? I would have told you in your room then. When you agreed to come, though, I figured why not just surprise her and have her meet him tonight? So that is what I did. He was giggling like a giddy schoolgirl. I smiled and Russell joined in, placing his arm around Jared's back. Jared wrapped his arms around Russell's waist, and I couldn't help but smile. All of a sudden, my ears were filled with the thump-thump of the drum. Buddha was getting sound checked. I spun around to see my favorite star. I loved to watch him play, and there was just something about the drums that sent chills through me, moving me to the beat. Buddha was looking great. Not seeing him for so long, I wasn't sure what I thought I was going to see. It had only been 2 months, but felt like years. He wore faded jeans with holes in the knees, a Godsmack t-shirt, sneakers, and his hair fell loosely around his face. Nope, he has not changed a bit. He smiled at me while I was checking him over. I smiled back, half embarrassed at being caught. Keep it up, honey. Buddha boy will think you have the hots for him. Jared smirked while sipping his drink. I just haven't seen him for a while and wanted to make sure nothing has changed. I looked to the floor, feeling my cheeks flush. It's okay, hun. You are allowed to look. You are single and you need a man. Jared put an arm across my shoulders. Just kidding on the man part. I smiled, looking into his eyes. I am just feeling a little out of place. Well, do not. Once the music starts, you will feel right at home. Now come get a drink with me. He pulled me toward the bar. We will have 2 Shirley Temples, please. Make that 3. Russell joined us too. I looked at him strangely. A Shirley Temple ? He must be old enough to drink, not to mention that ordering a Shirley Temple with that deep husky voice just does not sound right. Not at all. Like he knew what I was thinking, he responded with, I do not like to drink when I am with Jared and driving. I won't risk his life for stupidity. He said it matter-of-fact-like and smiled at me. I smiled back, nodding my head in understanding. Who am I to judge? If he wants to be responsible, I'm glad for it. I would probably never forgive him if something happened to Jared. Just then, the band introduced themselves and started playing. I turned around, taking a seat on a nearby stool to watch them. The music blasted through me, coursing blood through my veins like a raging river. Man, I have missed this. After a few minutes of sitting, I had to move closer to the stage. Jared stayed back with Russell. I moved to the stage and just let the music and the drums beat move me, swaying back and forth, singing along with the band. Suddenly, I had that strange feeling wash over me again. I looked around to see if anything seemed out of place. Jared and Russell were still at the bar, talking with their heads close together, Russell's hand resting on Jared's thigh. Homosexuality was a very common thing these days, and it never took anyone by surprise. It was nice to see Jared happy. Continuing to scan my surroundings, I spotted him. The kid from biology class. He was looking right at me. I felt drawn to him, unable to look away. His eyes were ice blue, like some rare gem that I was the first one to stumble upon. The blue was so brilliant, gold flecks making it seem like his eyes were glowing. As his lips curled into a smile, I felt my heart stutter. His smile was magnificent, making him seem approachable, like you just had to know why he was smiling. His features became prominent as I slowly moved my eyes down the length of his body. He was well developed and firm, his dark silk shirt outlining every contour of muscle within his chest. His jeans fit him perfectly, showing off a nice firm behind. Moving my eyes back up his body, I felt the heat rise in my cheeks, realizing he was still watching me. Crap! He saw me checking him out. Even realizing I had been caught, I still could not bring myself to look away. There was a heat in his eyes, but it was not anger. A yearning of wanting to touch him was almost unbearable. Even in this darkened room, with my favorite band playing, his eyes lit up, calling out to me. It was in that moment that I knew I wanted him. That I had to have him. To run my fingers through his short blonde waves while feeling the heat from his lips on mine. Then, like a needle from one of those old record players being scraped across the record, I was brought back to reality. The banging of the drums during Buddha's solo rang loud in my ears. What the heck was happening? I never get distracted or drawn to people like that. What was it about him that attracted me so badly?